Hey team, wanted to make a quick video. I have been living out of my car and tenting for 3 weeks now, and I will be honest, I have had some training with some camping supplies and things. I've been to the Boundary Waters, and my friend, who does it all the time, brought a lot of supplies. I've also kind of been camping with my family. Like we didn't do like camping, but we were out in nature, and so I do have some experience. I was also an avid Girl Scout, and I worked at a Girl Scout camp, and so I can make the fires. I can use the propane stoves and things like that. So I'm accustomed to that stuff, but I just don't have any of it myself. We would always go as a family or as an organization. They would have it, and so I never needed it myself. And so I'm kind of doing this low budget, no budget for myself, and I don't have anyone that I'm borrowing anything from right now. So I purchased like a $20 tent a couple years back, and I've got a little blow up air mattress. Because I could not sleep in the tent. It hurt my hip too bad. So that's kind of all of the outdoor gear that I have. I don't have a sleeping bag, or I did purchase bug spray and I have sunblock, but otherwise, I'm using my phone kind of as a flashlight, and I don't really have anything like that. I know how to use it, but I just don't have it. So I have been out and about camping for about 3 weeks now, and I've got a list of things that would just make it easier. And I was pleased because I did figure out how to sleep in the tent. It was hurting my hip, so I got the inflatable mattress. It's just a little skinny. It's a camping mattress, so you just blow it up and then you flatten it and you can roll it up like a sleep bag. So I got that. But I've also been hauling out my weighted blanket, which is a little impractical because the campsites are, like a mile away. And so I've got like my 40-pound blanket on my shoulders hiking out there. But I love it, and it's helped me sleep so much. So I'm not even going to say anything. But the first one on the list was a smaller weighted blanket, just so it's a little more practical, I would say. I also, I've been going to the backpacking campsites, and right now I just like moved, and I put everything in bags that I either made or I had at the house. My last challenge was to not need any boxes or for moving, so I made all the bags, but I packed everything into all of my backpacks. So I'm backpacking, but I don't have a backpack right now because everything, like my backpack has books in it right now. It's in the storage center, so I don't have a backpack. So I said a pack of some sort. I've got a little like yellow shoulder bag that I've been carrying around, and I've been shoving stuff in the pillowcase. But otherwise I don't have a pack. So that would be nice. I think that would make it a lot easier. I've been having my pillow with like clothes, pajamas, and like the bug spray I've shoved into the pillowcase, and then the weighted blanket would be on my shoulders, and my tent is in a bag that has straps, so I have worn it as a backpack. And but otherwise it's just a couple trips out, if I'm bringing water out there, or so I don't have a pack, so that would be nice. A bear barrel. Some of the campsites I've been to have bear boxes. Of course, those the bugs can get into. I've seen a lot of insect babies in some of those, so having my own bear barrel would be nice. I know this week there is no bear box where I'm at, and so this was the week I was going to try to go like full on camping and have food out there, but there's no bear box, so having my own bear barrel I think would be nice. And then of course I do actually have a rope that I could tie it up. I just have one rope, and I was using it as laundry, for laundry drying, but I'm sure it would probably do the trick, so that would be fine. But a bear barrel, a large water holding device. We went to the Boundary Waters, and we used a bag, and it had like an attachable filter to it, and so it would be like a gravity system where it would flow down, and you'd have the bag, and then you would put it from the bag into your water bottles, and then just have the bag for extra. And I've noticed at our, that was very practical for Boundary Waters. A lot of these campsites don't necessarily have water nearby where I can pull from like a lake or a river. You'd have to go off trail, I think, for that, and sometimes that's friendlier than other times. And these are just like a mile off of, a mile or so off of the, primary like trail center land, so it's not hard to bring water out. So this time around I brought a bucket, just like from the grocery store. So that's not bad. But figuring out how I can get that in like a pack for better travel, I think would be nicer. And of course, having my own water filter, cleansing straw, or device. The Gravity one was very, very nice, very efficient. Let's see, a full foot slip-on, boots, shoes, no tie, no sock, wide toe, barely there feel. And I just made a video where I was kind of talking about how I've got blisters from my sports sandals, and I swapped over to my cute open shoes, and those got blistery. And so then I had to put on my sneakers with my socks, and I feel too warm, and I've got too many clothes on, and I just like a little more freedom on my feet, which is why I'm willing to give myself the blisters over and over again. I would love to have, I did some barely like barefoot running. I was in my socks and I was running on the treadmill, and I really appreciated it. And I really like my cute shoes that have been giving me blisters that are like barely there as well, because I just feel like I walk differently, and I just like them, and they're really cute too. So I would probably be picky and come up with my own design for that. But it would be fun to not have these blisters, but still kind of move forward with shoes that are cute and practical. More t-shirts. I am out of t-shirts in my laundry, and so I am wearing kind of more rags, and I wore this all last summer, but I don't have any tank tops. I guess I should have put tank tops on the list, because those are all in storage. So what was I thinking about my tank tops in storage? But yeah, so that's definitely on the list. More t-shirts, and probably the tank tops from storage. A power bar. I've noticed that I'm kind of tethered to like the trail center a lot, because I am working at the same time as I'm camping, and so I need my phones or the internet Wi-Fi hotspot for my phone for a different device, because I do use those all of the time. And so having a power bar, and then having a solar panel with a converter for the AC/DC electric plugins, that would be nice. So then I would have that as a power option. I just like solar panels in general, and so that was already on my list. And so I was like, oh, maybe I can make it rational. It's like $2,000. So I did a little window shopping for those a couple of years back, and so I think it was just last year actually, but it was so pretty. And I didn't purchase it for myself at that time, so it was definitely something that I wanted, but I couldn't justify. So it's still on the list, but I was like, now it's real. Now I need it. Well, I don't have that kind of money right now just to throw around. So I just had a bunch of medical bills pop up. So, but it's on the list anyway, just like partially nerding, and also so for a little more freedom, it would be nice to have. So that is my list so far of things that would make this better, make this easier. And let's see how the journey continues. Bye.